So, hello. Happy Christmas, Happy New Year, season's greetings to all of you. Next streams will be on Tuesday the 30th of December at 10 AM UK time. Then Thursday the 1st of January at 3:30 PM UK time, that's New Year's Day. And then Friday the 2nd of January. Hi Patricia, lovely to see you. Hi Valentine, hi Vitali, hi Marco, hi Maurice, hi Alex, hi there to Patito Garcia, hi to Victoria, hi to Keyword, and hi to Manisco and Ronan, and hi to AV as well. So, welcome to all of you. And hi there to Julia as well, perfect timing. So, here we go. Okay, so it's a moment of death and rebirth. The ancient monuments saluting the winter solstice. Hi Manu, great to have you. Asking for gifts they want to have by three wise men. Family meeting is a madhouse. Okay, hi Lando, lovely to see you as well. So, felices fiestas Manu. And let's go with the first question. And here we are. So, dozens of mysterious structures across the Northern Hemisphere, some nearly 5,000 years old, are precisely to frame the sun during midwinter's shortest day. You were listening to Shelley's poem on the Medusa. That's actually why I know about paintings of the Medusa. The round one is by Caravaggio. Positioned precisely. That's pretty good. Placed, put, says Lando. To frame the sun during midwinter's shortest day. Built precisely, that works quite nicely, Valentine. Coinciding precisely to frame the... Yeah, I've had my hair cut, haven't I, Manu? I'll tell my daughter because she did it, but I'm very happy with it. Okay, so, we're having difficulty with this one. To frame the sun. So, how would you describe the sun at the end of the day? Built precisely. I like Alex's position best so far. So that's it, Oksana. But you're there. You've got the right basis to frame the sun. Waning, setting, that's it, white stripes. Welcome Oksana, welcome white stripes. Settings, the twilight sun, the setting sun. The crepuscular sun. So the rise and set, but the... Okay, I'm going to put this out there for you then. Okay. That's it, Maurice. The rising and setting sun. Okay, they align precisely. Positioned is the closest we've had. The rising and setting sun. That's it, Oksana. Yeah, they're very obsessed with the rising and setting of the sun. The twilight and dawn sun. Okay, that's not bad, Lando. You're certainly thinking about good possibilities. So let me the waning and the dying, the upping and downing. They say sun up and sundown. Okay, oh, yeah, sun up and sundown. Crepuscular is twilight, is when the sun actually is below the horizon, but we can see its light. So, what people to construct these solar-calibrated masterpieces? What prompted? Good word, Lando. Coinciding with. What drove? Good word, Lando. What inspired? Well done, Oksana. What prompted? Says Vitali. Prompted for Alex. Motivated, says White Stripes. Prompted, says Julia. Ignited, inspired, says Maurits. Motivated, drove, says Keyword. Financed. Yeah, the Barclays Bank financed it. White Stripes. What pushed? Good word. What purpose? What bankrolled? Induced. What forced? What prodded, says Victoria. What motivated? Motivated gets Keyword, and I think maybe White Stripes as well gets an ice cream for motivated. What motivated these people? What triggered these people? That's not bad, Manisco. Okay. The Rothschilds. In Portuguese, crepúsculo matutino and vesperino. Both dusk and twilight. Ha. Inspired, says Patricia. The winter, which usually falls on 21st or 22nd of December in the Northern Hemisphere each year, marks the moment that one cycle comes to an end and another is born. Solstice, says White Stripes. Solstice, says Vitali. Season, says Lando. But it falls on a specific day. Solar. Solstice, says Oksana. Solstice for Alex. Solstice for Patricia. Solstice for Valentine. Yeah, we've got the one on the 22nd of December. No, but the solstice, it's either the shortest or the longest. The solar, it's that one solar cycle. That's very good, Oksana. Solstice can be the longest day or the shortest day. St. John's Day. What's St. John's Day? I can't remember. I think it's the 23rd of June. The winter solstice and the summer solstice. One full cycle. That's very good, Manisco. June, but is it? I think it's the 23rd, White Stripes. One orbital cycle. I love it, Valentine. Solstice is it says Marco. Julia, one full cycle. Let's see this. One yearly cycle. Okay, so yes, the solstice. Seasonal cycle. One seasonal cycle. That's very good. That's very good, P. It is the day with the smallest number of sunlight hours in the calendar. And once it's over, the days again until the summer solstice in June. Annual. Annual, says Vitali. Yes. Solstice and complete, says Marco. 21st or 20th of June. Thank you, White Stripes. So it's the day with the smallest number of sunlight hours in the calendar. And once it's over, the days again until the summer solstice. The days lengthen again, grow again longer. You see, Alex, I would say grow longer again. The days grow longer again. The days are again longer. Days are long, extend again steadily. The days extend again steadily. That would probably work. The days are again lengthening. The days lengthen. Hi Anju. Anuj Aglan. The days are again lengthening. Hello Philippe, lovely to see you. Not super satisfied. Grow again longer, grow longer again. Lengthen again gradually until, that looks really good, Patricia. Well done. You've got lengthen again and then you've used the adverb. Well done, Patricia. I think you've got the double ice cream there. Incrementally. Okay, but that's really good. Well done. Start increasing. Grow longer again. Yes, that's the problem with it. They lengthen again incrementally, slowly. That's very good. Until the summer solstice in June. The significance of this day is in ancient monuments that were designed to acknowledge and celebrate its the again is redundant. I would agree, Maldives. They lengthen. Is reflected. Good word. Is carved. The significance, carved would work. Is reflected in. It's the Medusa and Shelley that must have inspired you. Is evident in. Good white stripes. Is portrayed. Well done, Anu. Okay, it's Anu. Yes, that's it. Synonym of goes back to. Is fixed, says Valentine. Is reflected, says Julia. Is apparent. Good word, Maurice. And celebrate its feast. You see, feast is food. It's feast day. It's holiday. Its importance. Very good, Oksana. Feast doesn't work. The Feast of St. Stephen. It's very old-fashioned. And feast, in English, feast is about food normally. It's coming from Valentine I like. Reflected its importance, says Olga. Welcome, Olga. Inscribed in and celebrate its arrival. Its coming is not bad from Alex. It's coming from Maurits. Is marked in. That's good, Valentine. Is commemorated in. That's much better, Philippe. Is depicted in. Could be. Its coming. Is engraved. Is carved. Its arrival. Its arrival is good. Arrival, Maurits. Vitali and white stripes. It's Renaissance. I love Renaissance because it's about birth, death and rebirth. And celebrate its passing. It's coming. It's the opposite of coming, but that's very good. So the significance of this day is manifested, is shown in is manifested in ancient monuments that were designed to acknowledge and celebrate its passing. Its advent. Advent works as well. One is my show tomb in Orkney. Orkney's off the top of Scotland, on the way to Iceland. Is heralded in its ancient monuments. One such, I like that, white stripes. One example, says Oksana. Example for white stripes as well. One such, says Alex. One example, says Julia and Valentine and Lando. One such, says Vitali. One interpretation, says Patricia. One mention. Hi VK, lovely to see you. One instance. I like instance, Valentine. Example for Victoria. Example from Maurits. Is Maishao tomb. Sometimes they have irregulars. Irregular these. I would normally put a the Maishao tomb. One monument, that's good, Lando. One reference, says Vitali. One instance, says Philippe. One such example. One construction. One example is Maishao tomb. One occurring, not quite. Hair. Okay. I'm sure you'll find the video as well in some of today's videos, or yesterday's as well. To the eye, this burial cairn, a cairn is rocks put on top of one on top of another, created around 2800 BC, looks like a grassy knoll. That sounds very good. That sounds very good, white stripes. To the untrained eye, find another word for knoll. The untrained eye, the layman's eye. Like Trafalgar Square. To the layman's eye, to the untrained eye. Like a grassy junkyard. Grassy knoll is great, but they use another word. I remember the word they use. Grassy hill is even closer, but it's not grassy hill either. Untrained eye. Well done, Vitali. Well done, Vitali. I'm certain of it. Sward is grass. Grassy mound, says Patricia. That's great. One grassy hillock. So ice creams for untrained, and I think I want to give an ice cream to white stripes for the grassy knoll. And Anu says tyro, but a tyro is a person who's always causing problems. Grassy mound, grassy bump. Notice this ok is a diminutive. To the unskilled eye, well done, Marco. A mound is good from Philippe there. A hillock, says Maurits. Grassy mound, says Patricia. But it conceals a cuboid, stone-clad, covered in stone, sepulchre, tomb, and a 10-metre entry corridor to the southwest. Grassy knoll is a widely used collocation, but it's a difficult one. It's a good one, white stripes. Grassy bump. 10-metre long, says Lando. That looks pretty good. Exiting to the northwest. Oak corridor opening to the southwest. "10-metre long," says Maurits. 10-metre wide. It's long, because 10-metre wide would be a huge entrance. Leading to the southwest is good keyword. Running to the southwest I like from Alex as well. Long makes more sense. Yeah, 10 meter long. Bending could work. Navigating, not quite. Extending to the southwest. Extending is very good from Vitaly and Patricia. Extending from Julia as well. Okay. Oriented. Opening could be narrow. Entry corridor. That's narrow. Width fits very nicely, Valentine. Opening to the southwest. It's definitely open as well. Leading to, says Victoria. During midwinter, 3 weeks either side of the winter solstice, the setting sun aims directly the corridor and emanates its light the tomb. Oriented makes more sense. Absolutely keyword. Deambulating. Aims directly at and onto. To. It's onto the tomb. Since orient means east, you can easted to the southwest, lol. Throughout. Okay, into is one of them, Philippe. You're going to get an ice cream for the first person to say into. These are both prepositions. Or, yeah. At or on, says VK. To the tomb. Hello, George Washington. It's been a while. Great. So, at and over. No, we've only had one of them, and Philippe gets an ice cream for his. Over the corridor, over the tomb. No, no, no. Into, but not over. The first one isn't actually into. Through and into. We got George Washington. Emanate, this is a very in my opinion, it's a very unusual use of emanates. Maurits. Around, across, into is the second one. It emanates its light into the tomb. It aims directly across the corridor. Across is not bad. Yep, I couldn't believe it when I woke up this morning. Okay. Emanate from, but this emanate into, emit in this context. Yes, and it's unusual. The sun emanates its light. That's the point. Along. Well done, White Stripes. No, it's not. It's down, isn't it? Okay, down the corridor and into the tomb. I thought it was along the corridor, but it was into. Was having some pros and cons of hitchhiking. I love hitchhiking, by the way, George Washington. I even hitchhike at my age, and now I'm old and grey. They pick me up really easily. They're not so frightened of you. I'm not, well, yeah, but a technically correct usage of the verb. But the problem is there's nobody to define what is technically correct. Yeah, emanates into. Yeah, along and down mean the same thing. Okay, so let's go on anyway. When the sky is, the light seems to carve a golden aperture into the tomb's rear wall, a sacrament of pure Also, hitchhiking technically in Spain is illegal. When the sky is blue, without clouds, cloudless, clear, both of those are good. Well done, Valentine and White Stripes. Cloudless would work perfectly. Is clear, says Oksana. A pure shining. Clear for the first one. Clear sky. When the sky is clear. A pure artistry. Good word, White Stripes. Pure wonder. Clear, says VK. When the sky is clear, when the sky is cloudless, the light seems to carve a golden aperture into the tomb's rear wall. A sacrament of pure beauty, says Philippe. Very good, Philippe. Pure masonry. When the sky is transparent, yes, when the sky is bare. Pure bliss. Pure marvel. These are good words now. Pure light. Transcendence would work. Divinity. I love it. Okay, of pure light. That was Victoria, wasn't it? Well done, Victoria. Okay, a sacrament of pure light. It could have been many things, though. Pure tomb construction. Sacrament. A holy thing. A holy action. An act for the gods, something that shows your celebration of the gods, a prayer to the gods, a holy thing of pure light. Yeah, from sacred, absolutely. These days of radiance are interrupted by the solstice. The 7 sacraments of the Roman Catholic Church. Okay, these days of radiance are interrupted by the solstice, comma, when blackness temporarily takes over. The solstice cycle, the solstice alone, by the solstice occurrence. So these days of radiance are interrupted by the solstice. Proper would work. The solstice movement. I remember this one now. Connection, phenomenon, reflexive. Because it says 3 weeks before and 3 weeks after. But this is the solstice, manifestation, baptism, communion, and 5 more. Phenomenon. It needs to be a reflexive. That's it, Vitali, absolutely. By the solstice itself, when blackness itself, well done, White Stripes, itself, says Patricia, well done, Patricia. And I think this is probably because the Earth has moved in the 5,000 years since this was built. Well done, Oksana. The solstice itself. Well done, Maurits. But daylight reappears soon after, to blaze for another few days, as if in of the promise of nature's in spring. If in line of, in expectation, good word, in anticipation. Well done, White Stripes. Nature's rebirth in spring. Very good, Alex. Reawakening. That's great, White Stripes. Rebirth. In confirmation of. That's really good, Oksana. Well done, all of you. Nature's blossoming in spring. Well done, Lando. Nature's rebirth. Well done, Philippe. So, in celebration of the promise of nature's rejuvenation, in hope of nature's glory in spring, in anticipation of. Anticipation was the word I wanted to tell you the truth. Awakening in spring. These are really good answers because this is really difficult. Rebirth, blossoming. Recrudescence, but it's negative, yeah. Compliance in spring. Okay. We will never know the specific and rituals that inspired Mashao Tomb. Renaissance, definitely. We will perhaps never know. That's very good, Lando. The recrudescence of Imre. It's not a story I know. Perhaps, says White Stripes. I'll have a look for that recrudescence of Imre. Because I'm becoming more of a fan of Kipling, even though he was a terrible racist. Rites and rituals. That sounds pretty good to me. Perhaps the practices and rituals. The signification. It would be significance, Philippe. Significance. We will probably never know the details and rituals. It's pretty good, Julia. We will arguably never know the traditions and rituals. White Stripes, you've just got another ice cream. The beliefs and rituals. We will probably never know the specific beliefs and rituals inspired by Mashao Tomb. Perhaps, probably. Good, Patricia. So ice creams for probably and beliefs. But it's possible to understand the enormous of the winter solstice as the year's midnight. It's entirely possible. That looks very nice, Maurits. We will likely never know. I love that likely, Marco, is a good word. It's quite possible. The enormous impact. Good, Maurits. Take care, Philippe. Good to see you. But it's still possible. Good word, Lando. The significance. Well done, Oksana. It's perfectly possible. The enormous significance, says Vitali. Significance for White Stripes. Truly possible. Okay, let's see this. It's nonetheless possible to understand the enormous significance, importance, says Valentine. Ooh, Alex, it is in alliteration mood. Alliteration. Words all starting with the same sound or repeating the same consonant sound. Evidently possible. Only possible. Yeah, only would fit quite nicely, Victoria. It's entirely possible and important, says Julia. It's certainly possible. Well done, VK. As the darkest moment in the pivot to 6 future months of greater illumination. Alliteration versus assonance. I've definitely got an alliteration video and an assonance, but not the two. I'll think about it. Alliteration, Alex. Known as the darkest moment in the much as in the year, definitely. Known as the darkest moment in the year. Defined as the darkest moment in the year. Okay, this second one I think I remember. This is all of the dates. You even got one of these in Google. The year, the cycle. It's a part of the sentence. Yes. Look, comma. Look at this comma. It's nonetheless possible to understand the enormous significance of the winter solstice as the year's highlight as the darkest moment in the pivot to 6 months of greater illumination. Calendar looks pretty good. Okay, in the calendar. Both as the darkest month in the calendar and the pivot to 6 future months of greater illumination. Okay, and it's a moment of death and rebirth and of the nature of time. Okay, yeah, I remember. Reminder, the fickle nature of time. That's pretty good, White Stripes. A reminder of the circular nature. A reminder of the cyclical nature. I'm pretty sure cyclical is the right one. A reminder of the fleeting nature, a sign of the presence of time. A reminder of the fleeting nature of time. Good, Julia. The perpetual nature of time. Okay, the changing nature of time. Cyclical is better. Yeah, for sure, isn't it, Alex? A reminder of the cyclical nature of time. Double ice cream for keyword there. A reminder, very good, of the ephemeral nature of time. Good word, VK. Great words. You're producing great words today. So, a reminder of the cyclical nature of time. The ephemeral nature of time is good as well, Lando. A reminder of the changing nature of time. In the deep past, understanding of nature's clock, including solstices, was of survival. Was a mode of survival, a matter of survival, says Vitali. The winding of nature's clock, oh, that's really lovely, White Stripes. A matter of survival, a matter of fact. The intricacies of nature's clock, I love intricacies. The working, says Lando. The pace, says Oksana. The schedule, says Maurits. Okay, let's see. A reminder of the transformational nature of time. That's really good, Patricia. The mechanism of nature's clock, says Manisco, was a matter of survival, says Oksana. The mechanics of nature's clock is very good, Valentine. The winding of, because you wind a clock. It could be, I wouldn't say it's wrong. The markers of nature's clock was a matter of survival. Was so a pivot of the ticking. Whoa! Understanding the ticking of nature's clock. That's very good, Maurits. I love the suggestions we're getting today. Okay. Predicting the subconscious. But let's see. White Stripes, your English is very good. If you let your subconscious answer, you'll probably get very good answers. Predicting of animal, for example, could help successful hunting and fishing. The cyclical patterns, that's pretty good. Cyclical works. A question of survival. Good, Patricia. The different patterns for Maurits. The seasonal patterns of animal behaviour. Animal movement. The cyclical patterns. Migration, says Valentine, and I'm pretty sure that's the right word, Valentine. The different behaviour. The patterns. The persistent patterns, says Valentine. The cyclical patterns of animal movement. The sporadic patterns of animal migration. That looks pretty good, White Stripes. Animal migration. Yes, Oksana. Well done, Valentine, with migrations. I'm pretty sure that's the right word. I'm not sure I can remember the first one, though. The adaptation patterns of animal survival. Seasonal patterns. I like seasonal, is really good. The repetitive patterns of animal behaviour. That's very good, Marco. The recurrent patterns of animal migration. Recurrent, something that happens again and again. It's something that recurs. You see, they've used cyclical. I quite like the vocabulary they've used in this article. It's certainly not bad. Knowing when the climate was to change meant being able to and survive. First one's got lots of easy answers. The compliant patterns of animal survival was about to change. Fits very nicely, Lando. About for Vitali as well. About and adapt and survive from Maurits. To adapt and survive looks good. About to, says Alex. To hunt and survive is good from Landa. Was going to. Here, anent cannot be substituted for about. No, because about is the future. Thrive and survive. I love it. It a rhyming couplet. Was susceptible to change. That's a good word, P. Was going to change. Adapt for Valentine. Estimated to change. The adapt and survive. Thrive and survive. To adjust and survive. Was likely to change. Adapt and survive. Adapt very definitely. And this is going to be the last one for today. In pre-agricultural society, it helped people the availability and location of roots, nuts and plants. Comply and survive. Adapt and survive. Thrive and survive. Trace the availability. That's not bad. Exploit, says Lando, is good. That's a good word. Pinpoint, good word from White Stripes. Edible for the second one. Edible, that's an ice cream word, White Stripes. Edible for Alex. Pinpoint the availability. Pinpoint is good. Of different, yes. Locate the availability and location of. Edible for VK. That looks pretty good to me, VK. Edible for Maurits. Of many, says Lando. Assess the availability. Good, Patricia. Of useful. Trace the availability and location for Julia. To know the availability and location for Maurits. Predict or judge. Predict is a good word. Judge the availability of. Edible, says keyword. Probable. To determine the availability. Everything is edible at least once. Yeah. Okay. So here we go then. To anticipate the availability. To ascertain, that's a very good word as well, Vitali. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, of needed roots, we're going to stop there. So, next stream is on Tuesday, 30th of December at 10 a.m. UK time. Needed roots. So it's been great having you. Thank you all very much. You've been great today as always. Thank you to Alex and Julia and Keyword. Thank you to Maurits and Lando and Marco and Oksana and Patricia. Thank you to Valentine and White Stripes and VK and Victoria. Thank you to Vitali as well. Thank you to Keyword. So it's been great. Been great having you. Thanks to Manu as well. Thank you, Keyword. Great weekend for all of you. Thanks, Valentine. Take care of yourself. Thank you, Victoria. See you next week. It's been a pleasure having you, Julia. Thank you, VK. Thank you, Manisco. It was challenging. And Medusa's a challenging one as well. Great, it's a good session. Have a great weekend, everyone. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Marco. So let's put this here. Copy and paste. So the 30th, and then we'll have Thursday the 1st and Friday the 2nd. Thank you, Patricia. Take care. Yep, it was very difficult, Victoria. And the words were very difficult, and you've all reacted very well to what I would say is one of the most problematic I've given you so far. So anyway, take care all of you. Happy Christmas, Happy New Year, season's greetings, enjoy yourself, and I will see you on